Hello everybody, what's going on? It's time for updates, and I guess you know what type of updates I'm going to be talking about. Basically, an update related to my newer shows that I started with last week. Well, exactly a week ago, I made the announcement with very good reception for the most part. And well, I started to make a few shows, a few live streams on the different shows. A couple of them haven't made an official debut, but most of them already did, with very good results in general terms. So, a couple of you already asked me a question: what consoles specifically are you going to include or leave out from each of the shows? Because there's still this debate about what is considered retro and what is not, basically because of that. Okay, so I made a list that I'm going to share with you right away on the consoles that I am going to include on each and every single one of the shows. Okay, so when it comes to the retro shows, that is to say the Retro Quest and the Retro Challenge in Spanish, which I haven't started with yet. Probably I will this coming week, tomorrow, Monday, the 11th of January. So in this show, I will include pretty much the third and the fourth generation of video game consoles, handhelds, and arcade systems. That is to say, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Master System from Sega, TurboGrafx 16, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, yeah, get a boner, whatever, but I'm probably not going to be playing much in Nintendo 64, even though you are dying for me to do that. PlayStation 1, Game Boy and Game Boy Color, and this is something you should pay attention to. I am not going to include Game Boy Advance, since Game Boy Advance is from 2001 onwards. Basically, this fourth generation of video games finished in 99-2000. Basically, the time or the year when the Game Boy Color pretty much ends, right? And of course, arcades include 80s and 90s for the most part. Now, in terms of non-serious gaming and non-serious gaming in Spanish, I will include everything else that wasn't listed in the previous shows. So I'm going to include all of the consoles from 2000 onwards: Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, GameCube, which belong to the same generation. Well, in terms of the portables, I already said Game Boy Advance and PlayStation Portable. Well, Nintendo DS, of course, is next, the generation after the Game Boy Advance, so I will include those three. PC games, and this is something also very important, because I wasn't sure if whether to include retro PC games on the retro shows or just put all PC games together on non-serious gaming. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put retro PC games and newer PC games as part of the same category, the same system. Of course, I'm going to include ROM hacks and fun games and modern consoles starting with the Wii onwards. Of course, I don't have a PS4. Eventually, I would like to get one this year or the next one at the most. But yeah, I'm including pretty much everything else that isn't retro, that isn't third and fourth generation of consoles. Basically, those generations are 8-bit and 16-bit consoles, plus the handhelds and the arcades. So having clarified that, I really hope you guys look forward for the new shows. The idea is to do at least one of each per week. Actually, this week I was able to do pretty much one of each, except for the Retro Challenge in Spanish. But for example, I did Mega Man 9 and 10 for non-serious gaming in Spanish. Yeah, Mega Man is not retro. Mega Man 9 and 10 are not retro. I was playing them on the PS3. So that's why they fit on this category, for example. So yeah, expect a little bit of everything. And well, the idea is to do at least one show of each per week. If we got a bit more time, probably I would add a second show or a second stream per show. That will be the ideal thing, but I don't want to make any promise about that, at least. So yeah, that was a very short update. I just wanted to clarify what consoles and systems you are supposed to expect on each of the shows, and you already know the channels in which each of these shows are going to be placed. So yeah, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you tomorrow for new streams.